1987 MSX game developed and published by Konami, and the game is directed by the one and only Hideo Kojima. Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake is a 1990 MSX game that was directed by Hideo Kojima and developed and published by Konami for the MSX, and this is the sequel for the Metal Gear game that was released on 1987.
What was that noise?
Metal Gear Solid is a 1998 PlayStation 1 game. It is an action-adventure stealth game developed by Konami for the PS1 Sony system and directed by the one and only Hideo Kojima. This game was one of the best games that was released.
Freeze! Huh? Oh!
Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty is a PlayStation 2 exclusive game developed by Konami and directed by Hideo Kojima. The story takes place several years after Metal Gear Solid 1, and you play as Raiden and also as Solid Snake. The game was one of the best games ever released. Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snake is a 2004 GameCube only game that was developed by Konami and not directed by Hideo Kojima, but was developed by another studio and house of Konami. And the game is a remake for the PlayStation 1 1998 game. Metal Gear Solid 3 The Snake Eater is a 2004 PlayStation 2 only game developed by Konami and directed by Hideo Kojima. And this game you play as Big Boss, not as Solid Snake, and the game takes place in the Cold War. Metal Gear Acid was developed by Konami for the PlayStation Portable system only, and this game is actually different from the main series because it is a collectible card game and a tactical RPG game.
Just my imagination.
Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops is a 2006 game developed by Konami and directed by Masahiro Yamamoto. It is an action stealth game where you play as Big Boss, and the event of this game takes place 6 years after the event of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
奥とかもこのように初期状態に戻ったりするというギミックも入っています。ここはポリゴンのデモですけども、
Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot is a 2008 action stage adventure game developed by Konami and directed by Hideo Kojima for the PlayStation 3 only, and this game never had a port or anything beside the PS3 version. This game takes place several years after the event of Sons of Liberty, and this is the last episode for the Solid Snake.
僕だよ、スネーク。
Looks like there's no way around him. You up for this, Snake?
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker is a 2010 action stealth adventure game that was developed by Konami and directed by Hideo Kojima for the PlayStation Portable. And this game takes place on the event of the Cold War, and you play as Big Boss. And this is actually the first game to bring the system of Mother Base.
VR space. Cut them down in whatever way you like. Some of those targets are holding hostages. Use blade mode to take them out safely.
Metal Gear Revengeance is a 2013 action game that was developed by Platinum Game and published by Konami for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. This game you play as Raiden and has different mechanics from the Metal Gear Solid series, but it was a very amazing game with an amazing gameplay system.
To slice enemies in half and take their nano repair units.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is a standalone game for the Metal Gear Solid 5 games, and this is an action stealth adventure game where you play as Big Boss in the event of Cold War, where the game has gone open world and it has get more depth into the gameplay. Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. It is the continuing event of the Ground Zero standalone game that was released in 2014. And this game is an action stealth adventure game in an open world, in a huge open world where you play freely and you will tackle enemy in different ways.
The wormhole transporter. The transporter, when online, will attract the enemy's attention. Stay alert.
With our memory loss, we were a little off the mark in informing you of this. Before you activate the
Metal Gear Survive is a 2018 survival zombie game. This is the first game to be developed without the Kojima in mind after he left Konami, and this game is actually a zombie game, not an action stealth adventure game.
Pay attention to your fluid intake.
Metal Gear Solid Δ, the Snake Eater, is the remake for the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater that was developed for the PlayStation 2 back in 2004, and this remix is actually looking pretty good from the gameplay perspective and graphics.